Again, we are live over here. Are we getting live on our various streaming platforms? Let's see if the gods of streaming smile upon us. Please, Heliod, save us. Let the stream work. Let the stream work. So I think that's working. We've got some action on our various stream platforms. If you're there, we got one thumbs up from Mark. Okay, good. Hopefully this will work. Sometimes the gremlins of gaming chew up the cables, and all of the series of tubes that connect everything together get a little messed up. So hopefully we'll have that working properly. Now on YouTube it says concurrent viewers 0. So if you're still there in the chat, say hello there. So if people are in the chat at the moment, let me know that you're there so that we can get on with the show. But I think we're good. I see things are live on Patreon, and things are live on Twitch, and things are live on YouTube. So okay, I think it's all working. Here's another way to confirm it's working. If we see in the title of the stream, we've got some commands: exclamation point points, and then exclamation point redeem. Try that command out there, exclamation point points, and see if it tells you your number of points. So we're doing the points things again, where people hanging out can get some cool stuff. So let's see if the system gives you some feedback right there. Let me do it myself. VM Compo says 0 points. 145 points, 1/8. That's odd that it never said anything for you, Mark. Maybe we just started, perhaps. Well, I guess it should have said number of points. Oh, there we go, Mark. You have 25 points. Okay, so I guess it's just a little slow to appear on the screen. So if things are working, let's head on over to some gameplay. Now, I just want to do a very quick play here just to confirm that this is all kind of working. We might actually have a guest on the stream in a moment, another streamer. We're going to do a little bit of a collab if all of this works. So I'll just do a little bit of gameplay for the moment, just to confirm it all works. Chat thing doesn't seem to be popping up on the screen. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'll be able to get that to work. My settings are the same as they always are, and then when it doesn't work, and then it comes back on. So I remember that's happened before in terms of the Ginger Root. That's happened before. Hey there, we've got Deb Doodle as well on the stream. Let me just fix some things here. We're gonna put the music down, but then the effects up. So there we go. So now we should have sound on the actions, and then we have the music playing in the background, courtesy of Pretzel Rocks. We're gonna just play a little quick on the little quick here. How the match is going. I just started. I'm just trying to check that everything's working on track. We were having a little bit of trouble. Chat was telling me that the stream cut out and all of this weird stuff. So there we go. It seems to be running again. Oh, look at that. Everyone's text is appearing really, really fast for some reason. Well, technology is great when it works, right? So hello to everyone. How's everyone doing? The quality of my stream on Twitch looks a little fuzzy. Does anyone see that as well? That Twitch looks a little weird? How does the stream look for everyone? Let me know there in the chat. Good, adequate? Are the gremlins being annoying again? I know a couple of weeks ago my stream was extremely pixelated on Twitch and I didn't catch it until a while, so we'll see how that goes. And then YouTube is also saying I have 0 concurrent viewers. That's so weird. It looks slightly fuzzy. We don't want it to be slightly fuzzy. We want it to be totally perfect, HD quality, 4K, XYZ. And for some reason, I might have to restart the stream in a little bit. It's Mark, you're saying. So I'm simul-streaming. I have the technology to stream on all platforms at once, basically. And over on YouTube, things seem okay. But anyway, what do I want to do here? Okay, let's Prison Realm. I should have done Banishing Light on their enchantment. I just have to plan things out a little bit better, but let's get rid of that 3-2. How's everyone doing today so far? Were you productive in real life? I washed dishes. That's a way of being productive, right? They're not going to wash themselves. I don't have some sort of machine that washes them. That hasn't been invented yet, right? So far, so good. Lazy today and played Animal Crossing. Oh, cool. So I haven't played Animal Crossing in a long time. I'm still like thinking about the old school version, the one on GameCube. But obviously that was, what, 15 years ago? No, that was like, how long ago was that? That was like 17 years ago, like 2001 or something with the original GameCube. I'm like so lost in the past. I'm sure there's been more than one Animal Crossing since then, right? Okay, I think here it might be a good idea to Banishing Light that growth because they get a lot of value out of it. We don't need them to get value. Okay, so I'm giving it a shot, some new stuff in the... I've got like a loyalty system set up here. I'm slowly upping my game of streaming. If people see the stream title, oops, they seem to have whiffed. In the stream title, we've got exclamation point points, and then also... Okay, so I can... One of the things about this vampire deck is that there's a combo here. Let's see if this wants to behave. I'm not dealing with an incredibly difficult opponent, but let's do something here. So the Bishop of Binding is a cool exile type of card. And if I get the combo going, then it's kind of cool here. I'm constantly creating new vampires and everything. Keeping safe. I'm keeping safe. I'm totally quarantined. I'm doing remote employment. Instead of going to the job site, I'm at home doing it all digitally through Zoom, so that's all working well. I am going a little stir crazy. I know I can leave the house and stuff like that, but I just haven't. I haven't left the house recently to go look at the real world, which I should. So, Dev, I know that we will do a match very, very, very soon. Let me just make sure that all my stream's working and all like that. Uh-oh, what does the opponent have? They're holding on to double black, so there's probably a murder coming. But here's the engine. I have Forerunner, which then gives a +1. Mavrin Fine, which makes a vampire when you attack. And then suddenly I have a 3/4. So obviously they can double block there, but I'll take out 2 of their creatures. I would have rather not lost the knight, but that's fine. Let's see what happens. Sounds good. You're working on a historic deck right now. If you want to help me test it out, yeah. Let's get that done. I wish they went with historic. I wish they went back all the way back to Kaladesh and Amonkhet. That would have been cool. If they had more They pass, eh? Okay, well, if this was not a tapped land, I could have brought out my banner right away. Mortify, sure. Okay, let's see if we get some of this cruel celebrant action going on. So once again, that'll become a 2/3. I'll attack with a couple of these. If that 1/1 dies, that's fine. Even if it doesn't, they'll probably block with their 0/3, and then I'll get a little life off of that. So how's the music? Not too loud, not too distracting. Music is courtesy of Pretzel Rocks. So you have some kids home because the school was closed. You have your shed. Yeah, the shed saves the day. Okay, next turn, hopefully... Well, next turn I can bring out Elenda, and if stuff starts dying, then Elenda does cool stuff. Let's see if Elenda will make it. So the idea is, I do a lot of like tribal decks. I do a lot of tribal stuff, and to a fault sometimes. I just think it's very fun. And so this is a black and white. This is a black and white vampires deck, and I'm surprised. What's the opponent up to? I haven't really seen them do very much after I took out their. After I saw them after I took out their, what was that one thing? Wild Growth Walker. What did I kill? Their Season of Growth. They kind of shut down, which is odd. So let's see what happens here. Do they have some sort of giant growth, giant strength, whatever it's called? Are they going to pump up that brute? Reading the card explains the card. Okay, so they're going to sacrifice it. Fine, sacrifice that. Elenda gets bigger. They gained a little life off of that. Wild Growth, they'll probably combo with their Merfolk if all goes... Okay, I guess not. Fine. This is what I want to do next. Banner. Vampire. Everything is suddenly big. Let's just go for it here. If I lose things, I'm fine with that, although I will protect my Legion a little bit. Oh, and then they're like, never mind. Okay. Yep. Vampires getting it done. Very, very nice. Okay, so... yeah, that was just a quick like warm-up sort of game to confirm the stream's all working and my interface and so forth. So that's thank you for that, GG's. So I'm open here. I see you right there in the chat if you want to do a challenge, direct challenge. I'm pretty sure I have some historic decks, so if you want to listen in on the stream, watch the stream, I'm totally open with that. It's totally friendly, casual. Let's do that. I'll initiate that, I suppose. Let's see, how do we do this? I'll start the chat. We'll say, I challenge you to historic, like that. I noticed that you cannot write emoji in the chat thing, right? If I try to plug in one of these emojis right there, it doesn't let you, like every other app, which is kind of weird. But yeah, so let's view that challenge. Friend challenge accepted. Select a deck. Okay. I wish that they would make this screen a little bit more friendly to search for the decks that you want. I know that in your deck screen, in all your deck screen, you can filter that and search and set that up properly, but when you're actually about to then play a match with someone, it's kind of weird that it doesn't fully work. Alright, so everyone hanging out in the chat, it is the Dev Doodle, another famous streamer, another person that has been in the early access streamer event. Go check out her streams as well. She is in a variety of streaming events, and she's been on the podcast. And now we're gonna try a little bit of historic, tuning a deck and such. Let's see how this goes. Ooh, we got the Cauldron Familiar. Gonna get some combos going on here. Is this gonna be some kind of Black Devotion deck, which I love? Is this gonna be some sort of cat-centric deck? Okay, we got Rakdos. That makes me think perhaps there will be something about Mayhem Devil. Will there be an appearance of the Mayhem Devils and such here? We might be in for some trouble. Ooh, Priest of the Forgotten Gods, that is a good one. I do not want to mess with that priest. There's going to be like some resurrection and shenanigans and a whole bunch of stuff happening, so let's be careful here. Now, my deck is a little bit of a sort of a Voltron type of deck, and the idea is put some pants on. We want to put some equipment and enchantments on some fun creatures. There's that Mayhem Devil. That one really gets me worried. Mayhem Devil is so good. Look at that. I'm about to get pinged on that because of the sacrifice. Mayhem Devil is amazing, but if you look at the art, it's riding like a hellish unicycle. Did anyone ever notice that? A hellish unicycle. I, on the other hand, am a hellish 7/6 with trample. So when this deck works, it works, but when it doesn't, it's fragile. Obviously, it dies to removal. If there's something to remove, if there's a creature to remove, then it's not a good time. And we've got some goat sacrifices going on, so okay. I'm about to get totally trounced on that. This is the power of that Mayhem Devil. Everything dies, plus a lot of mana. And look at that, I'm already down to 12, so I'm telling you, this is going to be a very good deck. Nightmare Shepherd's also excellent. Now, the thing about it is that it all relies on Mayhem Devils, but everything is a puzzle. So as long as the puzzle pieces are in effect, then it all works. Okay, so what do we do here? We got a big old 4/4 that will copy a dead creature, so there's probably some great enter the battlefield effects that will come into play. Yep, there's the Woe Strider. So there's going to be, this is a cool combo going on right here, because then the priest has 2 more creatures to sacrifice, which then the shepherd can keep alive, and then my creature's dead. So then that creates black mana. And it brings it back again, so that's a really good combo. Got a Lotus Veil. My deck needs... I got this really fun creature that I can get, if I can get it. So let's do this. We got our Boros Legion, Tajik Legion's Edge. Okay. We're still at a disadvantage though, because that once that priest is online, it was a Sophie's choice. Do we get rid of the priest? Oh no, that's nice. Do we get rid of the priest, or do we get rid of the Mayhem Devil? They're both obviously amazing, but then defeated by our own traitorous Legion Tajik. Okay, so what do we want to do right here? Why is my deck deck box art missing. So we'll put a little bit of that. And what else? Change it out a little like that. It's not a Rakdos deck. There's white in it, but no mana until it's too late. Yeah. We want that. We want that. Let's see what else. I think this is gonna work pretty well. Probably add a couple more of these. Yeah, let's do... let's be safe like this. Okay, on to game 2. Let's see what happens here. So it's not a Rakdos deck, and there is white in there. So when we have red, white, and black. What colors are those again? I'm so bad with my three color names of things. I know Grixis and Naya, but what's black, white, and red again? Bant? Mardu? I know the names, but I forget what is what. So let's see how we get on with this next round here. We got some cats. We have some cats to deal with. Mayhem Devils, Priests, something in white. What's gonna be in white? What's a big scary thing? Probably an Archon. Is there an Archon in there? Is there some Ajani's Pridemates? Life gain and such. A lot of possibilities. Let's see what happens. Okay, so we got our little champion of the flame. There's a cat. Fun. Okay, let's see here. We can do this, and then this, and bring out this. And then put this right here. And then go in with a little bit of damage. But you never know how this will turn out. Okay, so now we've got white on board. Now we've got red on board. Okay, a lot of possibilities could happen here. Birth of Meletis, very nice. So that's been a really efficient card out there to... Oh, I just got claimed. Okay, well, getting my own medicine here. And... yeah, let's get that. It's a very, very aggro deck if it comes together in time. There's that Mayhem Devil, very nice. Okay, so it's gonna pop off from Birth. It's going to then also pop from the Passage. And over here, well, there are many possibilities to continue. And how about this possibility right here? So, GG on that. It was about to come together for Dev as well. There's that Mayhem Devil, which is amazing. Just so much value out of that devil, even just cracking your own passage. And then when the saga goes to chapter 3, that's a ping. And then when you've got cat plus oven, that's kind of epic to all come together. There's some pretty fun music. I've got it on the Chiptune channel. And we've got some like Nintendo-esque music going on. Alright, so... got some fun stuff in there, but let's play a little bit more safe. Let's see here. This is a real dilemma. That sounds like some Mega Man music. That's cool. let's live vicariously here. Because in theory, this deck has a very low mana curve, so... Yep, there we go. Okay, so let's see here. What can we do here? A lot of possibilities. Let's do it this way. Next turn, perhaps got some answers. Blast Zone is pretty amazing. That one's always a pretty powerful one to answer just about any problem. You just have to do the math on that Blast Zone, right? It's a double X, right? I always get that one. I always do the math badly on that Blast Zone, but that's a good safety valve. Alright, very nice. Woe Strider. That one lets you see the future. Okay. Let's start to put on some fun stuff here. Grab that, plug that in, and on guard. Now, of course, the strategy of that Woe Strider, it's double, right? It lets you scry. Ooh, we just got claimed. Okay, so then that means that we're about to get our own little creature sacrificed, but that's how that goes. That's one of the great things about that deck, definitely. I drink your milkshake, right? That's the strategy there. So let's see about this. So let's get this out first. Then we'll attach this just to make our little guy a big guy. Then we'll do one of these. Right here. Okay. So I think my deck needs a little bit more card draw. I'm going with Boros. Oh man. So I'm going with Boros, and the card draw in Boros would be best for Smothering Tithe, but then Smothering Tithe is 4 mana, and my deck is pretty aggro. I think like the highest cost of all is a 3 mana for Tajik and Captain Lannery's Storm. So those are the highest casting costs for 3. I might even remove Tajik. I like that he's got haste. I think that's the main reason that I put him in there. But maybe I'd rather have Valduk in there because Valduk makes a lot of elementals. So good game on that, Dev. 2 games without white mana is awful. Thanks for helping me test it. Okay, you want to retest that one more time? Let me make a slight little tweak to the deck. But that's the idea on mine right there in terms of it being very hasty. It's reliant on putting on some equipment and such. I think that's pretty fun. Obviously, it's very fragile in terms of... yeah, go ahead and play that same one more time if you'd like. I just wanted to do a little bit of tweak that I was thinking. Actually, I already did that tweak. Huh, okay, never mind. I guess I already went with that. Maybe I should add some cats to my deck for the LOLs, right? That one might be cool there. Okay, let's do this. Put 2 of those in, change it like that. Yeah, I have a cat deck, but maybe we'll do the cat deck in just a moment. But yeah, let's redo the replay on the same decks at the moment here. So let me challenge you back there. Okay, tournament match. Oh, there we go. You're right on top of that. I gotta get used to this newfangled system of challenging the opponents a lot easier. Remember, back in the old days, you had to copy their name. Well, you still have to do that, but once everyone is buddies on the system, then it's a lot easier to challenge each other. So while we're playing, I'll also do the big book of questions. This is the 365 days a year journal question thing that will have people thinking about what's good. Okay, got something going on here with chromatic lantern. Interesting. I guess set up a little bit like this. So I got a chromatic lantern from the recent mystery boosters, and I needed one of those for my deck. So that Claim the Firstborn's pretty amazing because it's just 1 mana. It's way better than Hijack, right? Although it is limited to mana cost of 3 or less. So there's that. And over here, let's see about setting up with this guy. So Valduk is pretty cool. I think I might be able to set up something proper in just a moment. Got a Cruel Celebrant, okay. That's gonna work pretty well. I've got a couple of ideas of what my buddy Valduk can do here. Getting that scry going on, okay. Nice, leaving it on top, must be something good, probably that Mayhem Devil. Alright, let's see here. So, let's attach one of these. And then attach one of these. That gives us a few devils. Go into this massive... So 10, that's 13 damage in total, but as long as you're not at 0. Valduk has Menace. So this particular song I'm not loving. It's a little bit too aggro. Let me skip that one. Let's get back to this. Okay, so what? Ooh, we got Cat Oven possibly going on, so from a totally aggro song into a less aggro song, eh? Okay, that's a good card draw right there. Got a Lotus Field. Okay. So got lots of land, which is good. Ancestral Blade will bring a buddy, but instead, nope, I will take that sword from you, friend. And instead... And Valduk, how does Valduk hold so much equipment, you know? He's currently holding 2 swords, plus his hammer in the art, plus he's got the Maniacal Rage and whatever else I put onto him. And then suddenly we've got a ton of elementals. And now we can do the thanks emoji here, so there we go. Now, Dev was getting online with all the good stuff. She had the Forgotten Priest. Okay, that was going to be devastating. So that's an amazing card in that deck. Two swords are better than one, exactly. Oops, what's that about? Oh, there we go. That would be the normal time to stream. So I am doing the stream a little bit earlier, but I wanted to check it out to see how people like it a little bit earlier. Oh, so here's a question that could come up. What's today's date again? March 21st already? Okay, here was the question of the day for today. The first thing you ate today was... So that's the question of the day. What did I have today? So... What did I have today to eat? Oh, I had like this spicy Italian sausage. Sausage and beans. It came out really good. I cooked up the sausage. You had yogurt. What kind of yogurt? There's so much yogurt out there that you can't go wrong with yogurt. I remember when I was a kid, my family got so into yogurt for a while, and I don't eat it as much as I used to. Stony Brook blueberry yogurt sounds good. There's so many so many brands nowadays. I was about to say there's so many on the shelves nowadays, but whoops, not as much stuff on the shelves like there used to be. Kind of makes you gag, but you know that it's healthy. Yeah, you know that's all of those bacteriums and probiotics and organisms in that is making things healthy. So just don't think about it. You know what does Rick say from Rick and Morty? Just don't think about it, Morty. Don't think about it. Alright, so our strategy here. I think we've got some good stuff in hand. Let's see if we get some good... let's see if we get some good results. And in the meantime, we'll pet this little fox here. He doesn't like us. The fox doesn't like us, that is. They don't like us. But I bet you at one point, if you do pet the fox, at one point it will, like, nuzzle you, I bet. There's a lot of, like, hidden things in the game. I don't doubt that if you're friendly to the fox, one day it'll raise up its paw and then it'll say that, can I put the overlay so we can see your deck? Yes, if I knew how to do that. If you timed out, did you reconnect? Nothing is happening, huh? So I'm getting a request by Shen. Hey, how are you doing? Can I put the overlay? Let's figure out how to do the overlay. If you can give me a link about how to do the overlay, I'd be happy to do that. You know, I swear I'm a professional streamer, but some of these basic things, like, what am I up to? Not the overlay, not this overlay, right? This one doesn't appear for you, right? It only appears for me. So we can put an overlay once I figure out how to put an overlay. Sorry about that. Maybe I'll learn that today. I don't know, Dev, do you use an overlay when you stream? Is there some documentation that I should be reading about how to do overlays? Because I know I've seen that. I've seen people be able to show their decks. Now, I believe I have to turn on some plugin in Twitch, and then I have to submit my deck to the website, right? And then it shows it to people. It's kind of a lot of setup. We can try to set it up. Stream Decker. Yeah, so I'll, with one eye, Tragic Poet, with one eye I will look over here, and with the other eye we'll see about possibly setting it all up. We've got the Tragic Poet. Yeah, there's a bunch of them, but one day I will learn how to use them. That day might be today. Okay, let's do a little bit of flying action. Draw a card. Thank you for that. Attach a short sword. Now the champion's already holding two amazing flaming swords. So where is he holding the third one? See, look at that amazing art. He's got this amazing sword. Flavor text. Grand Warlord Radha's challengers are always defeated, but she rewards the most passionate with the flame of Keld. After that, they burn for her. Okay, so what I'm worried about is getting that Mayhem Devil on the next drop, because then we've got an amazing combo. Okay, that's also bad. We might be able to handle that. Alright, so we might be able to handle that. Let's get our buddy Valduck out here. Pass the sword. And then we've got a bunch of action going on. If Valduck had haste, that would also make it OP. Now we get to the decision of... Once we get priested, we need to decide what is more valuable to keep. What does that poet do again? Sacrifice it, return target enchantment card from your graveyard. Okay, that'll work. So I guess, sorry champion. Another cauldron, nice. Alright, let's do a little bit of this. So, yep, that's got that oven trick. I love doing that myself as well when my opponent is about to hit me with hit my creature and I've got an oven out. It's like, nope, you want my creature? Nope. I will bake my own critter. And then when they're loaded up with a bunch of it's very beneficial to then This is getting a little close here. I just realized I'm at 6 life. So that Cruel Celebrant can do a lot of good things. There's some red mana. Ooh, Rankle. Very, very nice. Let's see here. Okay, I guess that'll be a good one there. Something in the graveyard. And there we go. Okay, that came together very well. Pretty efficient deck. It's all set up in a very good way in terms of in terms of like sack outlets, value, the oven, the cat, the priest. All very nice. Let's do another one of these questions as we set up here. What was the last book that you read? Well, I read a lot of comic books, and so GG on that as well, Dev. I read a lot of comic books, so a little plug for myself. If you check me out on YouTube, I release a video about comic books every week. I also do a podcast about comics. I read a comic book last night called A Moo Christmas, M-U, Moo. Moo was a company from the 90s that published a lot of independent black and white comics. And back in 1992, they published A Moo Christmas, which was a little anthology series of a bunch of creators publishing or writing short stories, Christmas themed. And one of the stories there was Donna Barr's Desert Peach. So Donna Barr is a very cool creator. She created this comic Desert Peach, which was an independent comic about I forget his first name. Let's just call him Hans. That wasn't his real name, but Hans Rommel, which was Erwin Rommel's brother, I think. And so the conceit of Desert Peach is that this is Rommel's gay brother. and so the trials and tribulations of being a gay soldier in World War II. And I knew about the series, but I hadn't really read it much. And I read one from this Moo Christmas, and it was very cool. The art was amazing. It was very heartfelt. It was right after, it was winter 1945, and the Desert Peach is, wandering the snowy fields of Germany, and he comes across a homeless child. And so together they weather the storm and just share a lot of heartfelt, emotional stuff. So that was a really cool comic I just read. Mark, you just read the instruction manual to your scroll saw. That counts as a book. I'm sure it was several page-turning plot points that you were reading. So I'm struggling with a little bit of mana, but it's still anyone's game. Ooh, there's that Mayhem Devil. Okay. And yeah, that's GG with a flyer, so it's a good game on that. So very nice. Thanks for that, GG, on that. That was lovely. I agree. You want to do another? I can switch over to my cats, black and white cats. You want to switch up a deck, maybe? You need to get to bed? Okay, yeah, no problem. I know it's pretty late for you. Let's see, it's about to be 11, 12, 1, 2. It's 2 in the morning for you. You need to get some rest there. We need to plan to do these a little bit earlier at some point. Maybe some collab deck building or so forth. Didn't we have some sort of amazing plan to do something like that at some point? I need to take some like memory remembering types of pills or something, because unless I write it down, I'm not going to remember that. Yeah, so thanks so much for the games. If people don't know, we need to do a draft podcast. Yeah. If people don't know, go check out Dev's stream. I think you can put your... I probably have to activate it, and I have to check my thing here. How do I let people type their own link in there? Twitch. I suddenly forgot how to spell Twitch. They are welcome to click your name and so forth. Yes, of course. So, yep, go check out DevDoodle. Check out her stream. Friend of the podcast. We'll do another one in the future. So, yeah, have a good night. Everyone say bye and good night to Dev. We'll catch her on another stream. We'll do a collab and so forth. So let me do a little pause right here to see about setting up this those cat emojis. The closest that I have are the generic ones that I can do right here. I've finally become Twitch affiliate, so in theory I can do my own emoji, and I did submit one, but it got rejected because it was only my initial, and they said no emoji that is only letters. So okay, fine, I'll work on that. But I need some meows. Exactly. Gotta draw some cats and make them really cute and sparkly and put them as part of my stream, definitely. But let me take a little pause over here. Let's switch over to the amazing cam while we do that, I suppose. And actually what I should do is I should switch over to the web browser cam. So once again, good night there. Thanks for hanging out. See you on Discord and so forth. Let me turn on my web browser here. What's that web browser right there? There we go. That's high tech. If it fits. If it fits, I sits. Okay, there we go. So here's the web browser. Stream Decker is one of the ones that we can use to put the overlay. Let's, if people don't mind, let's take a little moment right now to set this up. Sharing deck lists made easy, build new decks fast, build for Twitch. Actually, let me put it over here maybe. That way I can look, that way I can see that that way it looks like I'm looking at you actually. Let me reset that. There is that. Transform. Reset. There we go. So click here to start now. Okay, let's see about that. Okay, so I already had an account, I guess. So that's it there, but then how do you use it? Where's the help? Decks, my decks, upload new, create deck, import from URL, paste deck list, my cards following current deck, manage channels, current deck, downloads, download SD tracker beta, but that's for Magic. Okay, so I think, yeah, I think this is what I need to do. I need to activate the deck here. So let's give this a try. I'm gonna go back to my cat deck. I'm gonna get the cat deck. I'm gonna export that. Go back to Stream Decker. Upload a deck. Export your deck list. Export deck list from Magic Online. No. Drag and drop your mtgacode file or browse. Confirm deck list. Is this for only Magic the Gathering Online, or does this also work for... Does Stream Decker work on Arena? Stream Decker Arena. Because from what I see there, it makes it sound like that's for Magic Online. Okay, set up Stream Decker for Arena. Streamlabs, the best tools. There's Gabby Sparts teaching us how to stream. Cool. Elgato Amazon free bundle. Stream Deck Elgato. Yeah, not exactly seeing that. Is there a help screen? Where do we go for help on this? Log out, downloads current deck. Yeah, I kind of have heard that this is one of the better things, but show list of Stream Deck chat commands. Deck, secure deck. I don't think that'll do anything if I type it there. That's not even active in my thing yet. Okay, let's do this. Stream overlay for Magic Arena. Stream overlay for decks for Magic Arena. Now this is giving me results in terms of just using a streaming thing, not like my actual deck. I don't know. I'll make a note of this and I'll see about setting this up later. I don't want to spend the time on the chat trying to get that to work. Maybe I'll ask Deb how she does it. So whoops, don't want to show that. So we'll figure that out later. Let's get back to some gameplay. Everyone hanging out in the chat, you want to check how many points you have? You can do exclamation point. You can do exclamation point points. It's there in the title. I've got a few commands there in the title of the stream. You can do exclamation point points to show you how many points you currently have, and you can do exclamation point redeem to redeem some points from that from accumulating points. So if people are joining in the chat, welcome. We have the ability to gain loyalty points. And Loyalty points then result in redemptions. So there was a message a little while ago. Sorry, I missed that. This music sounds like it was from the old Pokemon. I never really played the old Pokemon game. My youngest brother was into that, so I never got a chance to play it. Although from Super Smash Brothers, or whatever it's called, Smash Brothers Brawl, what was the second one on GameCube? I do remember the Pokemon medley in there that I really enjoyed. So right now the music's a little bit mellow, a little bit dramatic perhaps. Okay, so I'm gonna try playing a little bit of this Teamer Reclamation deck. One of these. Okay, I might be dealing with an aggro player here. Surprised that they didn't play a turn 1 Fervent Champion. Steamkin, okay. Gotta get rid of that as soon as possible, but I don't have an answer just yet. That is not an island, so I gotta drop a shock land. Maybe a Narsit's Reversal will come in handy here. That's a counter spell that flips back their Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna purposely put a land for them to steal right there. Actually, what am I doing? This draws me the card. Whoops, that was a misplay. I forgot. It lets me scry, but then it lets me scry, but then I draw the card. So whoops, I should have drawn that. What's it called? That. Okay, that one was a land. I should have grabbed that Wilderness Reclamation. I forgot about that. Anyway, let's see if they're gonna do something for me to counterspell. Growth Spiral will be effective as well. I'm gonna try to do my own Borrower. What a world. At least that'll let me scry. Got another one of those. Okay, sure. So right here we can bounce back. You're back, you lost connection, no problem. It seems everyone's using the internet more and more, so that's what causes that, right? So we're gonna bounce back that robber. I'm playing a little bit of this Teamer Reclamation deck. This one now it's like really advanced. I've been having a fun time playing this. It's a really complicated deck, but I've been enjoying it. So many decision points to do in this deck. Really makes you think, unlike unlike my mono red opponent. Ooh, burn. But anyway, they like burn, so that's okay. 1 damage to everything, that's not really going to help anything, so I guess we don't need one of those. I'm still upgrading that deck because the kids might be downloading stuff. Yeah, the oh, suddenly the game's over. I didn't even notice that. They have 6 on board, so I cannot draw that, so that's GG. Yeah, we'll get him on the next one, so I think I played the match overall pretty well. This deck does, if I can get Uro, so this is my Uro deck. If I can get Uro, that definitely helps stabilize. So let's go for that. So round 2. Okay, so we're definitely getting we need to get all the red stuff in there. Aether Gust, the anti-red stuff. Aether Gust. This Dragon Fire. We don't need an Op, that's a little slow. We need Aether Gust. Reversal, I don't think they really had anything meaningful for that. Omen, Growth, Sinister, Wilderness, Counterspell, that Explosion, Crisis, I only have 2 Crises. Should be fine right there. So yeah, this deck's been pretty fun. It's a complicated deck, there's a lot going on. Some matches are better than others, although I had an amazing winning streak yesterday with this. I won, like, I don't know, I felt like 5 games in a row, something like that with this deck. I didn't run it, I think I did run into a mono... I think I did run into a mono red deck once in a while, and it worked, and I was able to make it work, but you never know with this when you're dealing with mono red. Okay, so I've got the Steam Vents, which will help me take out that Steam Kin. Scorching Dragonfire. Let's see if they get their Fervent Champion turn 1, or they get... Oh, they didn't get anything there. Okay, so there's Uro, but I don't have the right mana just yet. Let's see if they try to hit me with that Robber. Robber of the Rich. I'm battling Bebe. Okay, yep, there's that Robber. Let's send it back to Sherwood Forest. If I get one more land, I'll be in business. That's not a land, but it'll slow them down. Maybe they'll do a Steamkin, power it up a little bit, and then there's the Steamkin. Let's see here. We'll do one of those. Fine. Bounce this back. You get to cast it again if you want. Okay, I guess I gotta use that Dragonfire. No, I'll use the Dragonfire on the Steamkin. I think that's gonna be a little bit more problematic. Steamkin comes out. They'll probably do one more red spell to power it up. Maybe not. Okay, fine. I'll still fight fire with fire. Light up that stage. Let's see if we get that land. If we get the land, Growth Spiral or Uro can come out. That'll give us back some life. One more red. What is that? Another champion. Okay, that's coming together. We got a land, but it's a tap land. So, okay. Gotta survive this. This is going to be 4 damage. They're going to bring out their giant. They're running out of cards, however. This Uro will help me stabilize a bit. Actually, I don't have the right colors. Yeah, okay, well, this was not a good keep, I suppose. Let's see if they don't read it, that this needs to be... Oh, never mind, they're going to stomp it. So, this is pretty much game over. I just didn't get the right colors. Like I said, it's a complicated deck. If you don't have your right colors, it just doesn't come together. And yeah, that's GG on that. Okay, well, let's give that another shot. You know how the RNG is, but I did manage to climb up this far on it. So no worries. Let's play that again. So I was in gold for a little while, and then I switched between a couple of decks, mono blue, and then Simic Flash, but the old Simic Flash. The old Simic Flash. And then that got me to Platinum, and then I was playing this Team of Reclamation, and that one worked pretty well as well, so... Let's see what we get here again. We might have to switch other decks if I keep getting mono red. This deck can handle mono red, but it's just got to be like good opening draws and stuff, although it's not too complicated to work the deck well. There's a lot of stuff that it can do. Okay, so I do need to upgrade the deck in terms of getting rid of those tap lands. Right here, what I'll probably do is bounce back their goose before they go to their main phase. That way they can't use that land to accelerate. This is a big brain trick right here. If they try to, okay, they're gonna make an egg. Fine. Now it is your turn, so if they didn't realize that, that was their turn. Okay. Do you have any achievements you have to do? That's a good point. Well, I'll check that one moment. Let's see, what do we want to do here? That's enough for a counter spell. Let's let that counter. While they're planning their thing, I'll go look at the challenges, and we'll go see what challenges might be good. Night of Autumn, I probably want to counter that. Sure. And we can surveil. Nah, we don't need two of those. We can do the same thing with one explosion. And I got the third one. Hilarious. Okay. So I don't have enough, though, to fork my fires. Okay, fine. And that's a sorcery. Let's bluff them a little bit. They have plenty of mana. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 mana. If they drop their 6th mana, this could be like a Cavalier. Probably do the Omen, that way I can see what's coming next. Or are they gonna chicken out? Yeah, they're gonna chicken out. They don't want to run into a counterspell, which I don't have. Do I need another land? Not really. These are both like game-winning, but I don't quite need that yet. So let's see if we get. And I think I did it again. I forgot that that lets you. That draws you the card. Okay, gotta remember that the Omen. The Omen lets you scry and draw. I keep forgetting that it's the scry only, but it lets you do both. So that lets you draw a bunch of cards. Nah, that's okay. And we're getting that one again. Okay, so what do I actually want here? I want that Uro. Uro, I'm going to be able to bring out Uro, draw a card, gain 3 life, then get it ready coming from the graveyard. They probably have removal for it. I guess here, they're probably waiting for me to get shields down. Let's do it this way. Bluff a little bit in terms of I'll bring out my 3/1 flyer. If they have to use some sort of removal for that, that's fine, instead of my big creature, my Krasis that I'll get eventually. Gonna make some more food. If they do bring out some sort of big creature, I can Brazen Borrower to return it. It's doing a scry. So what are they looking at? What are they looking at? They're gonna, casualties of war, a bunch of things. I guess that's fine. I can return a non-land permanent my opponent controls. Nice. So that's enough for Wilderness. At least I can do that. So they just attacked me with a very belligerent goose. Did you notice that? They attacked me with a 0-2. Another casualties. Fine. But what's their end game? I suppose they're gonna have a planeswalker. There's one final land and one final thing in hand, so who knows what they're trying to pull here. What's their final card, you know? They were just kind of dirtling around for a while, wrecking my stuff, but that kind of helps me with my Uro. Hey Shen, you don't know what this green-red deck you've been playing against, but it's kicking your butt. Green-red? Green-red. What's good right now on green-red? What else is in the... What else is in that deck? Maybe we'll figure it out. We need to do one more casualties. So we got... They got all of their win condition. So now they just need to top deck something good. So they managed to play all three of their casualties of wars. They have an amazing amount of mana. They've got a planeswalker that will ping me one at a time. They're also going to get something from their graveyard. We got that autumn. Well, got a counter spell here. That's not really going to be too useful. They didn't make more food. And then wouldn't you know it, once I want to counterspell the... They have nothing to counterspell. Okay, Guild Gate. So at least Underworld Fires lets you hit planeswalkers. Now, it might have been better to attack with that 3-1 and then done that damage.
What a mess I made.
So this just didn't really come together very well. So let's go to the next match. Let's see here. So in theory, I had a variety of ways to answer that deck, but it's just didn't work out. So they're doing black-white. What are they doing again? They're doing black and white and green. So what's going to be good here? Let's put in some big old Night Pack ambushers. Little bit more burn. And then after we play against this person, after we play against them, let's maybe switch things up a little bit. We'll see about some challenges and the like. Okay, so I've got these Brazen Borrowers that will disrupt them and then eventually come out. We've got a counter spell. We've got Scry, so we can see what's coming up. Okay, more land, more good. I can bring that in untapped. I guess we're gonna get a duress here. And they got one item on duress. So I guess it'll be okay to bring that one out there. Do a double blue. Got some black and white. There's a remorse. Okay, so they're gonna grab the ambusher. Fine. Still have two creatures that I could put out. So right here I can bring out a 3/1. I can growth spiral. Maybe accelerate a little bit with land. Maybe they're missing a land drop. That would be extremely sad. Okay, they get to scry with that. Keeping it on top. Probably have another remorse. Another duress. Okay, well, let's use this. And they're going to grab that spiral. Explosion. Guess we can put this out for the moment, no matter what they drop. The Golgari Queen. Okay, I guess if you want to use up that. Here's an Uro. Another Uro, that's fine. That's fun. Okay. How many cards in the graveyard now? 6, so I can bring back Uro already. I guess you can't. I don't have the double mana on that. Okay, fine. Let's bring out our other Uro to see about maybe getting a land off of that. It's not a land. Okay, well, just been having a lot of draw issues on these couple of games. I guess can't play Magic without lands. Goose. Druid. So they're ramping to something. They have enough for another one of their casualties, and I don't have a counterspell for that, so we're going to get one of our lands destroyed. Let's see a little bit about more ramping happening over here. We can do one of those. Okay. So next turn, we're about to get some of our stuff destroyed. So what I'll be able to do is do the Omen. So that's a pretty cool combo there. Their Treacherous Omen would will draw them a bunch of cards, and then with Vraska they'll be able to sacrifice it so that they get a card off of that and still be able to do stuff. Still 2 mana. Okay, got a lot of land here. Can only do 1 damage with that explosion, so that's not even worth it. I guess we can do a... I guess we've got to bounce back Vraska. And then we'll just wait a little bit more on that. So they're going to summon Vraska. I had plenty of counter spells for Vraska, but I guess they're going to play it safe in terms of you probably have a counter spell, so that's good. Bluff them a little bit. Probably an agonizing... Oh, no, they're not. Okay, I guess guess that's fine. He would have sacrificed their... He would have sacrificed either anything to just draw that card, another goose. We've got a blocker. I don't have double green, but I can do 2 damage in total, draw 2 cards. I guess beggars can't be choosers. Okay, I guess I'll fry that goose and then attack the Planeswalker. Not the optimal play, but that'll draw me 2 cards. So I don't think we're going to get out of this very easily. They have the full 7. Full 7 cards in hand. Plus a Planeswalker, plus fully open lands. Questing Beast. Okay, well, GG to the opponent. Let's see over here about the quests. Do we have any good quests going on at the moment that I could partake in? Let's see. There's some alternate win condition. There's some alternate win condition challenges that I could do. I could win with Etrata, alternate win condition. Don't like those too much. Fairy Tale Ending, that seems impossible. And we could do build a deck around Simic Ascendancy, then win a game. Not interested in that one. Build a vowel-centric deck. Sounds dumb. So I already got that one. Already got that one and that one. Oops, where did that go? Okay, there's not a lot of good challenges going on at the moment. The only one really is the Etrata deck. What's upcoming? Community Wednesday, stream yourself playing with your community for 4 hours. That's way too much time. So yeah, there aren't any good challenges at the moment. And you're there cooking. Yeah, no problem. Let's see what this one event is. I haven't played this one yet. Thassa's influence includes the ocean, aquatic creatures, ancient knowledge, and the passage of time. She works slow, eventual unfolding changes to the status quo. Resculpting the land, changing casualties up ending. But how do you play this deck? You play with a certain event deck. There's one. You can only play with one deck. That's interesting. So everyone plays the same deck. Let's see what's in this deck. And it's like a singleton. Yeah, I'm not even going to look through it all. It's like a historic singleton. It's not a commander, but it's historic singleton. So, sure, let's give this a try. Let's try out this event. Yeah, it's an even playing field. Everyone with the exact same deck, and it's a singleton 100s only. Let's see how this goes. This seems kind of interesting. Yeah, look at this stack of cards. Oh, it's 160 cards. So they gave us a 160 card deck. So whatever you play is like valid. Whatever, let's go for it. So you get a scry, and you get a scry. Everyone gets a scry. 4 lands in total, 3, 4. I think it tops out at 4 lands, probably. I should have seen what the high end is. We got a Witching Well. I don't have anything on turn 2 yet, but then I can bring out Caliphate. Turn 3. Stealth Mission. Make something big and make it unblockable. Caliphate's a 0/3. They bottomed both. Yep, no turn 2. Power is equal to blue. Creatures and enchantments cost 1 less. I don't have any enchantments. Ooh, they got the Nadir Kraken. I like that card. But let's bring out our own 3/3 or 2/3, I guess. So that's a 3/4 now. So we got 160 cards to work with. And it's historic. And it's mono blue. So people that don't play mono blue are going to get tilted. I can run aground. That's just one thing I can run aground. Oh, okay, I thought it was more than that. But let's see here then. That Kraken's getting pretty big. Let's see if they attack with it. If they attack all in, that's fine. I can run aground it, unless they counterspell, of course. Curious Obsession, fine. Let's see if we don't get a counterspell here. No counterspell. Good. There you go, Kraken. Nice. Okay. So I can look at the top and do cool stuff. I can do both. So let's look at the top cards. I'm gonna grab one. I don't have any instants really going on. Let's make our Caliphate a little larger. They get to do their Kraken again. Took you a long time before you could play any color without coming undone. Oh, really? Okay, that's a 4/4. What else? Whenever you cast a card with power 5. Okay, fine. Ooh, Zephyr and Void. Mantle. I don't think I want to put that exactly like that, so let's bring out our Talrand. That seems to be a 6/5 now. And then with Omen of the Sea, I will be able to make a Drake. Now, how's a Merfolk making a Drake? Never mind, that was it. That was not... Ooh, maybe I can... Yeah, maybe I can... Oh man, I should have bottomed that land. Oh, never mind, I get it there anyway. Okay, so we can steal something, right? 1, 2, 3... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 CMC, so I can steal... Yeah, let's steal their Kraken, right? It's more like sense if it was a seagull. Exactly, that should be a seagull. Not a Drake, even though it looks cool. Okay, so let's steal their Kraken. 1, 2, and then we need 3 on that. You're on my side now. Kraken, release it. There we go. That's a 9, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, might as well attack with at least one of these. Whittle out one thing. Probably block with their tentacle. Oh, double block. Okay. That doesn't kill me? Oh yeah, that does kill me. Okay, well. At least that'll kill them. We've got blockers, we've got their Kraken. And I have a fistful of land. Okay, so they got their own Hippocamp. Nice. Draws me a card. pay 1. Sure. Make more of these. Land. Go in for some air attacks. Do the instant on their turn. Octo Profit, nice. Look at that little guy. In every swirl of the tide, it sees the awakening of things yet to come. What else? I can toss back their tentacle, or I can hippocamp. Yeah, let's send back a hippocamp. And then let's scry. And then they're done. Sorry, Doge. Sorry, Doge Kage. Have they released anything about the new expansion? Just a little bit of art, but I thought I was just listening to a podcast and they were saying that they were about to start to release some Ikoria. Yeah, I don't see anything yet, so I don't think anything's coming up just yet. Did I have a fun match? Sure, I won. Although that's not the only indicator of fun, but okay. So we got that. We got a Theo. This one's got a really interesting name. Threnody Singer. So Threnody Singer. Got one of those. Okay, so before we go to the next match, here's another question of the day. Let's go back to describe your work ethic. So my work ethic, depending on the kind of, I think this is a generic answer. Depending on what kind of particular task and such it is, I do it with aplomb. But if it's a boring sort of task, I zone out. You helped out your friend at Calico Keep do a stock count, and he gave me the full set of Modern Horizons. Art series, nice. I love that. The art on that, those little ones, those little art pieces, right? Those are some like really cool tokens as well. This is a little weak, but we've got the Witching Well, which lets us scry into bigger things. We've got 4 mana maximum. Yeah, sure, we'll go with that. It's not big, it's not high stakes. We'll see how that goes. So what else can I say? Work ethic. Yeah, I guess the honest answer is if I care about the work, I'll do it. I think that's kind of a generic answer for most people, however. We'll post them to the Discord so everyone can see. Yeah, a full complete set of those is pretty cool. Those little art cards. And missing lands there, so okay. Get to scry. Okay. Well, I got double scries here at the beginning, so that's useful. For some reason, I'm thinking this is only a mono. I'm thinking that this is only a mono blue deck, but it has a bunch of colors, right? I've seen red and blue and green. Okay, third land. I guess I can start to make some. Bring out a planeswalker. 3 mana planeswalker that isn't Oko. But she starts off very low, so okay, we'll do that. They have to resummon their knight. Do they have one more spell? No, they don't. Okay, fine. So let's create a flyer, and I'll put Obsession on it later. This has flash and flying, so we can wait on that. Okay, so if they pump up that knight, We can sing it. Caliphate, nice. I can probably lock it down. I might as well bring out another creature. More land, more good. Got a lot of flying going on. Let's put an obsession on this. I have no counter spells, and they could do their own bounce spell. Gotta love that Curious Obsession. One more land, and I guess we'll bring out another Sacrificial Blocker. So it was pausing for them. They seem to have something, but they're not really going for it. I could minus... oh man. Oh, never mind. I thought that was going to do something epic. -8. I could try to get up to that -8. I should probably have enough blockers. So, yep, whatever, if you want to do that. You got blockers. Probably lock down their Caliphate. Nah, let's lock down the thing that can get big. And then we can Caliphate. And that's got a Curious Obsession, which I almost forgot about. Draws me another land. Okay. Coming together well. That's game over if they don't block, if they don't get rid of my flyers. This is probably going to be something in the air. Okay, they get their own singer, fine. That gets a minus, sure. Not too bad. Should have put a stealth mission. That's not an instant. That's fine. Let's make another flyer. Bring out a big old 3/4. Draws a card. Alright, so this is a pretty commanding presence here. They have that one. That's a good game right there. So, oh yeah, there we go, Narfling. So, okay, seem to have worked out again. That the good cards came at the right time. Got another prize here. What did we get? The Caliphate. Oh, we just got Caliphate with a cool constellation art. So, okay, cool. Let's go for the next match here. That worked pretty well. I also want to check one thing. Let's see, commands. I'm going to run this command right here. So on Twitch, I need to set this so that it doesn't count me. There's nothing here yet, but as long as I get my third land, I'll be okay. Let's just go with it. So I will put my ley line turn 1 so everything has flash now. Okay, I'm gonna get 3 lands, that'll work. Two lands, nothing important yet. So I've got to check my points. I have to check my points to see. I mean, I got to set up my settings so that I am able to. Ooh, Phantom Warrior. I got to set myself up so that the I have the ley line so I can cast anything at any point. But let's see if we need to block stuff with a counter spell. Other than that, I could do a divination or a naiad. Naiad is going to reduce spell cost, so that might be useful. Then they have red mana. Diamond Mare, I guess that's not so bad to... Oh man, okay, well, that's definitely... I gotta spend this to get rid of that. No more lands. No more lands, please. I can lock down that warrior with my Geist. Although I have red mana, so that might be burn. I'm gonna wreck my... What are you doing here? You're enchanting my enchantment? How do you access the sideboard in the game? Sideboard happens when you... sideboard happens between matches. I'll show you right now in a moment. Thanks for the reminder on that. Sideboard happens when you play in between matches. So not during a game, you have to play best of 3, and I'll show you where to do that in a moment, just because it's not completely obvious. We'll check that in a moment. Now, I believe you asked that in the Patreon. Sorry that I had not replied there just yet. But right here live, I can show you in just a moment. So what else is this opponent trying to do? Dom Hammer. Mantle of Tides. Fine, I guess that will be an auto include if I had one more land. This is going to be a cool combo actually, because I'll be able to do both. I'll be able to do the Naiad because I've got the ley line, and then that reduces divination, so that's kind of amazing actually. Get some lands. Okay, we'll do the Vantress. Have the Scry from the Vantress. Then I can bring out the Brineborn for 1 mana. Wow, this is an amazing combo. Leyline plus Naiad is just epic. So, okay, let's toss out a Cutthroat. Let's Scry. They're stuck on lands. Terramander, Omniscience. Do I have when am I going to be able to cast Omniscience? 5, 6, 7, and this costs 7, 8, 9, 10. Forget it. It's hilarious that that's part of the package, but I'm not going to grab it. And that might be GG for them next turn, unless they can bounce stuff back. There is that one... There is Flood of Tears. Okay, never mind. They weren't able to get what they needed. Okay. So GG on that. Sorry you didn't get the mana Dom Hammer that you needed. The RNG sometimes is annoying. So, okay. Shen, let's... So we got a Thassa. Let's go over to see where you can do this. Now, sideboards. So obviously... you have to have a deck that has a sideboard, so make sure when you're working on a deck, when you're editing a deck, there's a little tab at the top. Make sure you switch over to the sideboard to actually add cards to the sideboard. I'm sure you have that. You have a maximum of 15. So the big idea, the theory of the sideboard is putting cards in here versus decks that might have something that you need to deal with. Like, I don't have it in the main deck any way to destroy enchantments in this deck. So I play the first game against them, and I see, oh, they're relying on enchantments. Then in the sideboard, I'll show you where, I switch over to then put in my disenchants to destroy those enchantments. So some cards are not good to have on the main deck because you don't know exactly what the opponent is playing the first time, and you could put in a card that is dead. You could put in a disenchant where it's never useful against the opponent, and then it's just a dead card. So the sideboard's all about that, putting stuff in there that will help you get rid of problematic things. Right now, for example, Prison Realm. This gets rid of Planeswalkers. I don't know if my opponent is playing Planeswalkers, so I have it in the sideboard for the second game. Now, to access the sideboard when you're playing, depending on what mode you are, if you have it still on the basic mode at the top right, you don't have all of the ways to play. For example, also with the sideboard. If your top right corner icon still says, if it's moved to the left, it's on basic. You want to move it to advanced, then you get more modes. Then when you play, you have find a match. And the problem is that they named these really, really dumb. They named it as play. Yeah, I'm going to play Magic. But this should really be called best of one, or, no sideboards. Because if you play this mode, there are no sideboards. You play one match against one person, whatever they have. And then you don't get a chance to improve your deck on the second game. So I hardly ever play this mode. Standard Ranked is also best of one with standard cards. Oh, play is play anything you want, basically. Any card, standard, historic, anything you want. But it's best of one. No sideboards. Standard Ranked is play only standard cards, no sideboards. Traditional standard play is best of three. Standard cards, not historic. That's not the ladder, so that's not like the most competitive mode, but that's the mode, at least, that you want to play with sideboards. So it tells you right here, play a best of three match versus another using standard. Best of three. So that means you have to play this mode. It's going to be a maximum of 3 matches against your opponent. You win one, then everyone gets a sideboard. They might get in a better card to put in for the second game, or then you see that your opponent has something particular, so you get it out of your sideboard. Traditional Standard Ranked. It's also best of 3, but this is the one with the cutthroat gameplay, the very difficult gameplay, so you might want to get to that later. We have Traditional Historic Ranked. This is another ranked queue, another cutthroat sort of queue, although it is best of 3 and historic. And then you've got Historic Ranked. This is best of 1, competitive, historic. So the main mode that they have here that I don't like that they promote is the play with no sideboards. So just don't play with sideboards, because you're going to get mono red players that are just going to run over you and that sort of thing. So I would really recommend do traditional standard play. Not the ranked one, but traditional standard. That's where you can do sideboards. You should stick to SR and TSR. Let me confirm that. SR is standard ranked. No, that one is still best of 1. Traditional standard ranked TSR. That's the only one. See, they don't name these well. I don't like that. It only really tells you when you hover over it. If you don't click on it, it hovers and it tells you play a best of 3. Best of 3 is always sideboard. So any of these that say best of 3, it's sideboards. TSR, traditional standard ranked. You should stick to SR and TSR. TSR, thanks for showing. Yeah, traditional standard. So if you're going to go on the regular ladder, which is where I like to be, but it is the more ranked decks. Yeah, so TSR, that's where I would go. So I've been streaming. It's about to be 2 hours. I'm going to probably end the stream when I get to 2 hours. I started a little bit earlier than usual. And we're about to get to 2 hours, so we'll play a little bit more till we get to that point. Chart to curse, turn dismissal. Okay, sure. Thirst. Okay, turn 1, I have a stern dismissal ready. Turn 2, I have a borrower. I could also do chart a course. Lands are a little light. I could do double blue. Yeah, let's chart a course. And then we don't need thirst. Okay, next turn, 3 blue. That'll let me Brazen Borrower in both modes. 4th land, I have the Sphinx, and then I'm able to start to... I'm playing my Sorin deck, and you like it? Oh, very nice. You did the upgrade on that. I take it. Happy to do more of those. Okay. What do they have here? I guess we'll bait out this borrower. That'll force them to use their counterspell or bounce back. Or burn or nothing. Okay, I can live with that. Let's do some attacking here and let's see if I still can bait something out of them. Unsummon. Sure. But then I run into their counterspell. Okay. Or their other bounce spell. Another bounce. Okay. So we get an unblockable. We'll leave the borrower there because I can stern dismissal. Let's see if they try to... Let's see if they try to put in a Curious Obsession there. No. Diamond Knight, fine. I guess I'll hold on to that Stern Dismissal. 2 damage is not so big. Get the Scry. Nope. It says, no, you must get lands. These decks look pretty fun. So they can flash out their borrower, that's fine, they'll lose a 3/3. I can Geist, so if they get their... if they bring out their 3/3, if they bring out their borrower, I can do plenty of things. I guess I'm fine if they bring out their borrower, then they can block. They can block and lose it, which is fine. I guess they value their life total a lot. If they... They can Stern Dismissal if they bring it out, which they didn't. I think they should have. I don't want to give them tips, of course, especially if they're listening in on the podcast, on the show. Uh-oh, that becomes a 4/4 unblockable. Whatever will I do? It's a negate, fine. But they probably see that I still have the borrower. And then after this, we can predict the future. Exclusion Mage, okay. Return a creature. That just slows them down one time. I want something more flashy. Let's see what else we can get here. Caliphate is flashy. Alright, it's their turn. They might attack, or are they completely dumbfounded by my strategies? Okay, well... Thassa's impressive. Let's do a Thassa. I seem to have the city's blessing. And I seem to have a 6/5 online, so... submit 0 on that. Yeah, let's bring back the Sphinx. That way I've got double blockers. Nice. This might be tricky for the opponent. I have Ascended as well, so I can draw a card off of the Arch. They could, you know, sleep various ones of my creatures. Meteor Golem, nice. Doing an unblockable to that. Commence the endgame. Cannot be countered. Draw X cards, then amass X. Yeah, let's go with that. So 4, 5, 6. So that seems to be a 4/4. And I'll blink back in the Sphinx to have another blocker. And what did we get after that? We got a Serpent. Krakens, Leviathans can't be blocked except... So, yeah, let's bring out a fun 6/6 creature. A big old Serpent, Leviathan, Kraken thing. And they still attack me with some 2/2s. Okay, that's fine. Get to Scry. Terry. Don't need you at the moment. Let's flex with a Kraken. Yeah, the owl on the right side over here. It's the opponent's pet. If they move it out of the way. There we go. So see, there's the owl. He's so upgraded. Cyber Owl. This is really cool art on this. What do people think about there in the chat? What do you all think about the dark depths of the sea? I suppose living in an island nation, there's less of that, but like I think, okay, the world is a beautiful place and all the creatures of the world and so forth. I feel, though, that the dark depths of the ocean, pretty scary, like you're off on a boat somewhere and then it's like, I think my opponent is roping me. But anyway, like below the ocean depths is like these weird scary creatures. That's kind of scary, don't you think? Especially when they're drawn that well by Tomasz Zdruzek. I'm gonna bring out their borrower. We're giving them a chance here. We've got this amazing amount of action, and then it's just, and then they're still attacking for 2s. Okay, fine. How about Ugin? Sure. Hey Mark, how are you doing? Stevie. I'm playing this brand new deck. This is one of these free decks to play with, and my opponent is just like, kill me please, because I just had way too much power on the board. So that's what happens. And I won a Cry of the Carnarium. Okay. I don't want to start a draft. That's way too much effort. But what should I play? What do people what should I play? I can play Brawl. I can play this festival again. I can play the ladder. We have Brawl. Traditional standard event. Got one vote for Brawl. What about any 1v1s if anyone wants to do that? What's the daily deal? Yeah, these daily deals. Do people really want to spend 500 gold? I'm getting 2 votes for Brawl. Okay, yeah, I'm in the mood for some Brawl. Let's play some Brawl. So I still have to tune this deck. Maybe we'll tune it together. This is a Selesnya deck. I don't quite remember what I have in it again, but let's look at it. So we've got Ajani the Great-Hearted as the commander. It's a 5 loyalty. Creatures have vigilance. My creatures have vigilance. You +1 to gain 3 life. -2, put a +1 counter on all your creatures and other planeswalkers. So I think that's kind of fun. It's a Selesnya. It's a Selesnya life gain deck. So Soul Mender, Healer of the Glade, gains you life for 1 mana. Ajani's Pridemate, of course. Glass Casket for some creature removal. Impassioned Orator for more life gain. Pacifism to stop the creature. Savannah Sage, more life gain. Take Vengeance, destroy a tapped creature. Trapped in the Tower. Enchant a creature, cannot attack or block, activated abilities are nullified. Plummet, deal with flyers. Return to nature, deal with flyers, deal with enchantments, artifacts, or graveyard. Arcane Signet, mana rock. Aerial Assault, destroy a tapped creature, gain life based on flyers. Angel of Vitality, it's a 2/2. If you've got 25 life, it's a 4/4. Plus it also gains you extra life. Bring to trial, destroy or exile a big creature. Citywide Bust, destroy all creatures that are toughness of 4. Gideon, Planeswalker, 4 loyalty. It's an indestructible creature on my turn. Besides that, +1 to give a creature indestructible lifelink or vigilance, -6, exile a non-land permanent. Linden, 3/3 vigilance, gain a life for every attacking creature. Luminous Bonds, lock down a creature. Prison Realm, lock down a creature or planeswalker, plus scry. Knight of Autumn, 2/1, either comes in as a 4/3, or destroys an enchantment or artifact, or gains you 4 life. Altar of the Pantheon, mana rock for 3. Also gives you more devotion, but I don't have any devotion happening here. I just needed a mana rock. Chromatic Lantern does your mana fixing. I just needed a mana rock as well, so it doesn't matter. Mana Geode, another mana rock, but also lets you scry. Spinning Whale, another mana rock, but then lets you tap your opponent's creatures. Another Johnny Planeswalker makes Pridemates, gives you life based on your creatures. 0, exile all your opponent's stuff if you've got more than 15 life. So on Brawl, we start with 25 life, so I need to have 40 life. If I have 40 life, then I get to exile all my opponent's stuff for 0. Conclave Tribunal, exile anything with Convoke. Gideon's Company, gain a life, put 2+1s on it. and then give your Gideon loyalty. The Wanderer, prevent all non-combat damage, so prevent all of that burn from hurting your creatures. And -2, exile a big creature. Twin Blade, I love this one. 3/3. Every time you gain life, put a +1. When you've got 25 or more life, it's got double strike. I love double strike. One of the big win conditions of this deck is God Eternal Oketra. 3/6, double strike, indestructible. Whenever you cast a creature, you make a 4/4 zombie with vigilance. And of course, if she dies, she goes back 3 into the deck instead of to the graveyard. Love that card. Trostani, 1/4. She makes 2 1/1s, gives all your creatures +1, and it gets you back any creatures that got stolen. Inspiring Commander, 1/4. When you summon a small creature, gain more life. This is the one I think I might remove, because it's 6 mana to get to it, and then you have to summon small creatures. Now, the allure of this is that it gains you life, but it draws you cards. Which reminds me, I think I'm missing... Yeah, let me put this in before I forget. What I'm missing there is Smothering Tithe. I definitely need one of those. So, okay, sorry, Commander, you're out. I need Smothering Tithe here. Mana Acceleration and Mono White necessary, so that's in. Loxodon Life Chanter, this one's hilarious. It's a 4/6. Then you pay 6 mana and it gets +X/+X, which is based on your life total. Maybe we can make this be some sort of like 50-50 creature. Ugin, to make some tokens, to do some card draw, as well as destroying any permanent that is any permanent that has a color, so no lands. Castle Ardenvale to make some blockers, Idyllic Range to add a +1, Plains Forests, Blast Zone to deal with creatures that way, Command Tower for... I don't even need this, but I just have it in there. Any color of mana. Evolving Wilds. This is another one to go... The whole deck is mono white, but Evolving Wilds is good to thin your deck, to go get a card so that it's 1 less land to draw when you draw. That's the idea with these fetch lands that are unnecessary, quote, unnecessary, in a mono-colored deck. It helps you thin your deck. It removes 2 cards from your deck. The Fabled Passage that you played, crack it, go get a land, so it removes another card. Therefore, there's less lands in your deck that could flood you. Interplanar, to get some life off of Planeswalkers. Karn's Bastion to proliferate. And Lotus Field to get 3 mana. So that's the deck. We've got a match right away. People are loving Brawl. Jacob. They have a much more mana efficient Planeswalker. Only 3 mana for them. They're going to play blue and red. So what do we need here? The Glass Casket will be useful. Return to Nature is not yet. That's 3 mana there. Free Mulligan. Yeah. I think it's going to be a lot better to have something in hand. Guess this is okay. We've got Mana Rock, Pacifism, Luminous. Just kind of hold them off a bit. And I'm going to keep tapping this just so that it doesn't keep pausing for me to do something with it. Mono red nothing, fine. I won't... Oh, so we both have some cool sleeves, eh? Dreadhorn Arcanist, not good. But I can pacify that. Okay, so I've got my 3rd turn. If I get my green land, I can already bring out my Planeswalker. That might be too early. I guess what I'll just bring out is the Spinning Wheel so that I can have another Mana Rock Terry the Pteramander, cool. Eventually on that. I'm gonna dismiss that, fine. I'll still be able to cast it again, right? Guess I have to do it again. This music sounds pretty cool. Reminds me of something like Star Tropics or Earthbound or something. Augur of Bolas. What did they get? We got a shock. Okay. That's a land. Okay. Probably still should prep for the longer game with a mana rock. Although this tapped things wrong. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. The spinning wheel does any color. I was about to say, it should have tapped the blast zone. That'd be double green, but it doesn't matter. Okay, I'll probably remove that shock from their graveyard because they'll be able to bring it back with the Scions. So they'd be able to bring it back. And here... And that also weakens their Pteramander. Okay, I can kill something, or I can bring out my big ol' 1/4. Yeah, let's bring out our big ol' 1/4. That also makes 1/1s. Which are actually 2/2s with lifelink. Jai is greeting fine. Left it on top, not good. They have a lot of mana, 3, 4, 5 mana in total. I have 6. I could probably bring out a Johnny and do cool stuff with a Johnny. Okay, Brazen Borrower for that. Must be nice.
What is my strategy
I
here?
can life chant. It's kind of getting larger. Let's get rid of that Pteramander. Proud of yourself for finally tackling on something you wanted to do for a while. Cool. What is that? What did you manage to tackle? So we both have some cool sleeves, although they have the World Championship sleeve. Looks nice. So they used up a lot of mana to dig through their deck. Next turn I can bring out that Life Chanter, which then I can make it huge when it attacks. This doesn't really have an ultimate. Oh yeah, it does have. Draw 8 cards. Okay. Burning Prophet, that's a good one.
I will learn what nobody yet knows.
Pride Mate. Yeah, we can do that. I guess I'll save my Luminous Bonds for their flyer. Let your dad help you find a good portfolio that fits. Newsprint. Enter your artwork and finally put one together. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, getting that portfolio. Getting that portfolio all together is a nice start for sure. Oops, math is not my friend. This is what I meant. 1. So how many sheets of that 11 by 24 have you put together? Okay, I guess what I should do is put out that... Get that guy out of here. I guess I've got to whittle these down to be able to take out some of these planeswalkers. Didn't want to use double on that, but I guess that'll just weaken that planeswalker a little bit. Alright, they're going to be able to do a bunch of damage to something. To me, I guess. Then they still have plenty of cards. They're probably popping off at the moment. My deck just wasn't able to come together that well. I have 11 cards in hand, or in the graveyard. Niv Mizzet. Okay, well, GG on that. We just weren't able to get anything really coming through in time. They had a lot of, they had a way more advantage in terms of lands, and then on mine it was a little hard to come together, so maybe we'll play one more. And while that comes up here, let's see another question here. What is your heroic downfall? That sounds pretty epic. So it says, what is your heroic downfall? Your Achilles heel. My heroic downfall is that there's way too much cool stuff to play and do that. Family, yeah, that's often exactly right. 3 mana here, Ayara, okay, fine. Let's take out one of these Gideons. Achilles heel would be you're a slow learner, but eventually can pick things up quickly the more you do things. Yep, practice makes perfect. That is definitely a strategy that everyone should follow. Okay, I can Prison Realm. It'll probably be better to Prison Realm Teysa, right? Let's see if they go for it here. The smarter thing would be, yeah, Ayara's gonna do it. Okay, that's fine. Then I get an Evolving Wild. Yeah, we need a little bit more land, so we'll keep a land. Then we will give this Vigilance. So I've got a blocker, and we go in for 6. They've been getting all their land drops. Corpse Knight, nice. They'll probably then summon, yep, one of those. Okay, so they've got their combo going on at the moment. They've got their combo, so what can we do about that? Oops, I should have gotten my green land. That was a misplay. Oh, that one does any lands. Okay, yeah, never mind. Reading the card explains the card. Let's give that indestructible. They'll probably block with their Ministrant, which then does Afterlife. They get 2 for the price of 1, so congrats on that. Yep, so they've totally got their engine going on, so Gideon is not going to be able to do his thing. See how the deck works. You were trying to figure out why you had so much mana, pull cards. In a brawl type of deck or commander, it's good to still have cards that draw you cards because you just need to have it. And we've got Oketra. Okay, so this will be very nice if they... If I can summon a creature next turn, I get a free zombie. And then, like I'm saying, having Oketra here is amazing. Shepherd, okay. They have the Shepherd. There's not much to lose. They should have attacked with that Prince because... they should have attacked with that Prince because the Shepherd would have brought it back to life. Now what I'll do here, it'll give that Vigilance. Destroy an artifact. Go in for some massive damage. It's going to be 6 from Oketra and then another 4 there. They're down to 11, so they should have let that Charming Prince take damage because then the Corpse Knight would have done its thing. Conrad's good. Two in the air, whatever. The Wanderer can exile their Conrad. My skills are sharp as my sword. Me too. It's a bummer that a Johnny Goldman isn't in this. That would go off. Yeah. The thing is, they have the ability to you could have added the more for historic. Okay, they're down to 2. I guess they feel confident in that Ayara can gain just enough life, and I'm at 19 and they're at 2. They have 6 mana for their indestructible god, and they're gonna go with the Gideon. They're like, I hate you, Gideon. And then a midnight. And then they'll attack and get a card off of that. That's what I would have done. Never mind. Okay. Well, let's bring out a Planeswalker. The Commander. I will teach them humility by putting 2 counters on that. Bring out another Mana Rock, which also scries. Trostani. Yeah. I guess we can pause for a moment. I got 2 Planeswalkers to defend. Spinning Wheel. Wanderer lets you exile a creature, so if they get their god. Now we got some zombies going on. Do I get 2 more zombies? No, just 1 because I summoned only 1. Okay, so I can't wander anything yet. And thanks them on that. And we'll gain some life here. Johnny's gonna bite the big one in a moment. Now I got an attacker with vigilance. So they should really be letting that charming prince get it. I don't know. They should block with their prince as well. So then that way they get double cards off of it. They should have double blocked with the prince. Yeah, going after my planeswalkers that I can constantly recast. I guess that's a strategy. Let that back to the command zone, which I'll easily be able to recast, probably. And then I can put all those counters again on all my creatures and then just go in for the full attack. They're down 2 blockers. The Wanderer can also... Ooh, Massacre Girl. Nice. So everything's going to get wiped out. Except for Massacre Girl. So take action. Will be coming back. The Wanderer can get rid of her. Okay, and actually I don't want to crack that passage yet because it'll shuffle my deck. Yeah, so I'll crack that passage a little bit later. Smothering Tithe, okay, fine. I'll be able to pay it. So, Chromatic Lantern, fine. Resolve that. Auto pay. Drop a lantern.
Now do you see the benefits of peace?
Now we will see the benefits of peace. Conclave Tribunal. Uh-oh, they're gonna get my Planeswalker, I suppose? No, they're gonna get the Wanderer. Okay. That'll work, because that would have been able to get one of their big creatures. Oh, Ketra coming next turn. I have enough to pay for it. Plus Oketra. Plus on that. Then we'll crack the passage. Doesn't even matter, I've got the Chromatic Lantern. Pacifism, okay. and then their own thing, which does nothing. We'll let that do something. You know, you pacified it, but I can still make zombies. So let's see, I'll have 2 attackers. They have a Seraph, and they have one of those. Okay. An Eternal. Okay, I guess they were waiting the long game. Huh, they didn't want their tithe anymore. Okay. That does not have vigilance. So I'm fine if Ajani gets a little damage. What does that one do again? Death Touch. And then that's a land. Okay, fine. But they don't have black mana for it. So I'm going to do double Ajani, and that's a life gain for that Pride Mate. And then some more counters, and then we'll attack with 2 6/6s with Vigilance, why not? Seraph has lifelink, right? Oh, I guess they didn't do the ability, and then they get the Afterlife. Fine. Okay, so this is dragging a bit. Teameret, that'll gain them a lot of life. Firemind's Vessel, they're just unloading everything. Vigilance. And probably summon Ajani again. We'll see how much mana we've got. Yeah, I just noticed Ketra has a very nice power and toughness. Gain another life. Pride Mate becomes a 7/7. And I get an 8/8 plus a 7/7 with Vigilance. Just block with their double... things. That's unblockable as well. Well, at least I get their Seraph out of the way. Yeah, I don't... Unless I can exile that god, I don't think I'm gonna be able to win, because they're just gonna keep looping their creatures with that Seraph. So I need a way to exile that Atheros. This might be a way. Not really. It's a destroy, not exile. No, it is an exile. No, wait, it's destroy permanent. Yeah, so I'm not going to be able to exile or destroy Atheros. Guess the only thing I can really do is just make a blocker. They got Bantu again. They're gonna bring back their Seraph. Well, they probably should have attacked. They should have attacked with the Seraph to deal damage to my Ugin, and then brought Bantu in, sacrificed the Seraph, and then Atheros brings it back to life. So I wonder if I have any more exile cards left. Do I have Banishing Light? Well, another land. Doesn't matter what I do here.
Another scar. You were not destined to fight.
So what else? Banishing Light is a... Let's see, have I used it yet? You know, now that I think about it, I might not actually have it in the deck, but it's one of these Conclave Tribunals in terms of it's exiles anything as long as the... It exiles anything as long as you... as long as the thing is on the board. Yeah, I'm going to wrap it up here. This is not going to work out. Well, at least I'll do this. This will be fun. Then I'll wrap it up. Yep, I just wanted to do that. Okay, let's wrap that up. So yeah, they had their combo right there. They really held things off well, and got it working. Well, I have been streaming for 2 hours and just about to be 40 minutes. So I think we did some fun stuff here. Played some Brawl, played that Thassa's Festival thing. Yeah. Played against Dev Doodle, all that fun stuff. So I think we'll, I think at this point we'll start to wrap it up. Glad you're able to make it. Yes, same here. Thanks for that. Everyone want to check their points, just out of curiosity. Do exclamation point points, just to see how many points you have. I'm still kind of seeing how that might be cool and like the value for everyone to have points, so just go ahead and try that. Exclamation point points. Let's see what it shows for everyone. Hopefully the system is properly working. Stevie, you've got 75 points. Nice. Mark, you've got 500 points. Nice. So there is the, I'm just going to write it here, but it's not fully correct. It's exclamation point redeem space exclamation point, I mean TG Arena. I think that's my redemption thing. So yeah, you can just accumulate all of those points for the honor of it all. And we'll see how that goes. So I did have to reset the points earlier today to confirm that the system works how I intended it. So whatever points you had last time, they got erased. But I did start them new, and now people are going to get those points pretty easily. So okay, that's it for the moment. Thanks everyone for hanging out. Gonna go for the moment, and I'll be back next time, same bat time, same bat channel. Well, thank you all for visiting. You make the stream worthwhile, and I'm thinking of you know, some other sort of giveaways or stuff. You know, digital giveaways, of course, would be better. But yep, that's it for the moment. So this has been VM Campos, and I'll see you all next time.